Welcome back to the XDS Custom Shop here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm here with Eric. Say hi, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
And we've got a fresh, newly minted,
very fresh
board build here. Would you do us a solid and walk us through it?
Yeah, it looks fresh too. Pedal Train Junior.
Yes.
Choice size, I think.
It's still a good size.
It's a good size.
After all these years.
I think it works well. I think this is a
reference.
I just listened to that song, actually. It's so good, and then it transitions to kind of another song at the end of it, and it's great. It just keeps going. And then there's that little outro orchestral part with the horns. Da-na-na-na. So good.
Great record. We've said it before. We just said it again.
We'll say it in the future as well.
More than likely.
Probably. I think that this board demonstrates, I think, something that we kind of stumbled upon that works really well for us here. And that's junior frame, really any pedal train frame, laminate top on top of it, pedals roughly this size. You can do all your channels in the middle here, your cabling, your power. Makes it relatively future-proof. Any pedal on here can get swapped out with a similar sized thing.
And there's lots of similar sized things.
You can put side jacks over here. Everything is wired in such a way that if there's room for the plug to come out, you can get it out.
And you did the power here, so that would be gettable.
Power is such that stuff can drop down here if it needs to, over here.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
That's just the name of the game. And we've said it before too, but pedals are really fun, and new pedals are really fun as well.
They're more fun.
And then you think, oh, my old pedals, those are really fun too. Let me put those back in there. So you're going to be changing stuff around unless you're one of those rare people that just finds the stuff you love, and that's the thing you love forever.
Yeah.
And more power to you, and I'm jealous of you. But I think many of us are not that way. So this just happens to be a very good template for future-proofing stuff, I think.
Yep.
And it's great. You put your power supply underneath there.
Which you've done.
Power everything. I don't know that we need to call them the new breed of power supplies. The current crop of power supplies are all pretty uniform, and that they've got big...
Yeah, 4.5 watts a piece.
They've got big outputs on them to power about anything. Almost any pedal that draws more than 500 is going to have a weird shape anyhow. And then you're going to have to do something different power-wise for those anyhow.
I think we've touched on this before, but can you imagine a day where we're like, 500 is not enough? Why did we ever think that 500 was enough?
Man, yeah, probably. As more
Dirt
and more
boxes
things
are always going to be low, though.
They are, but as more and more things get DA converters in them, or I don't know, algorithms get more, stuff doesn't get less demanding. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Ain't that the truth?
Just like our children, they always want more food, bigger clothes, later bedtimes.
Oh man, it just doesn't stop. Read me another book.
Another book, yeah.
Well, walk us through the stuff that's on here.
Well, it's just pretty simple. No interface on this one. Into an ultraviolet. Out of here down to, where did it go? I gotta look at the picture here. Vibe, compressor, Timmy, small box Friedman here, volume pedal, chorus,
yes,
Brig,
Lex,
Flint, and you're out.
That's right.
And a lot of times people will say, hey, where do you put rotary pedals? And there's kind of two thoughts on it. You can, if you think about like a SRV, he would just have a rotary cabinet back there. So whatever pedals he has goes into that thing. That becomes the amp. That's the speaker.
It'd be last.
So any delay or reverb would be in front of that thing. But because we have such good emulation of them now, you can put them anywhere you want. So there's kind of some different schools of thought.
You could put them in the mod section instead of the amp modeler
section. You can distort going into a Leslie sound now, or distort a Leslie on the back end.
Yep. So and then based on our experiments with our friend Brian Swerdfeger, these have a TRS stereo input, but the algorithm itself is not stereo input. So if you drive something stereo into it, it will collapse that and then stereofy it on the output. So make that the first. If you're going to run it early, make it the first mono thing.
Yeah.
Your mileage may vary.
They sound good, though.
They sound really good. I dig them.
I think that's one of my favorite rotary pedals.
I like it. I think it kind of depends on what you think rotary is, because for a while,
Yeah,
rotary was so defined by rotary modeling, right?
yeah. I
Like,
think
is your rotary in your mind a Leslie, or is rotary in your mind something that was pretending to be a Leslie?
yeah. Ryan Warner came in one time and had a really apt description of it, and I can't quite remember what it was, but he had a cabinet, so he liked ones that sounded like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was being in the room with it versus hearing a recorded sound of it.
Gotcha.
I wish I could remember what he
Was
what
it
he
the
said.
Fender cabinet, like the SRV one?
No, he had a real Leslie.
A real Leslie. Got it.
But
Yeah.
they're very cool regardless.
Yeah, and this is a great small board.
It's very powerful.
And you're not really missing a ton as far as like flavors, something you could do.
You know what you are missing?
What's that? Oh, tuner.
Headstock tuner. Bam.
There you go. Now it's complete.
Problem solved.
And a guitar.
You might need that and an amplifier.
But here it is. So if you guys need something like this or something completely different, just let us know and we'll talk to you then. Later.